what was your name?
It's Officer Diamond.
What's your name?
Diamond.
Diamond, and your badge number?
11350.
Okay, and you're part of the Right Care team?
Yes, you're on speakerphone with the Right Care team.
Okay, are you here?
How can we help you, ma'am?
Are you here?
Ma'am, how can we help you?
Okay, I don't have rights to see Right Care in person now?
What services do you need today?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on, sir. You're an officer. I don't have rights, sir. So what are you wanting to help me with? I told them I was a part of an abusive situation. What are you willing to give me because I don't have rights?
Ma'am, if you're not going to cooperate and tell us how we can help you, then we're not going to be able to go further with this phone call.
Okay, because, sir, can I tell you something?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so people would tell me that they were police. They told me that they were a party in my school. They told me they were CPS. And my situation that I couldn't report is very odd because I had people of the government making prank calls and calling to harass me. And I couldn't report it because people wouldn't believe it. So abusers can call someone, torture them, and play on their phone. But what if you can have the government do it for you? Have CPS workers call, violate that individual. Who would believe it? So I couldn't report it. So you're right here, but you're angry with me and I'm trying to escape a domestic violence situation? What is the purpose of your call? I'm not understanding.
Ma'am, no, I'm sorry. This is Shanique. I'm the social worker. No one is angry with you. We're just trying to see how best to assist you.
I don't understand because typically Right Care comes out. This is weird to be on a phone call. I called at 6:11 this morning. And I don't understand why I have multiple false arrests and the government is enforcing abuse. If I don't understand the purpose of this call, if everyone I'm calling is trying to con so I don't get the services they offer. I think that we're not getting anywhere because I call a multitude of people that have no interest in helping me. The only motive is can they convince someone that they're not counterfeiting, they're counterfeits. So I don't know how to combat people that don't really want to help me, but just are trying to pretend like they're helping me.
So, ma'am, you feel everyone is out to get you?
Look at my YouTube channel. You got a phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Keyana Clark, Clark, Peace,
okay.
Peace.
I will look at those videos, but I was asking you a question. Do you feel everyone is out to get you?
Well, look at the channel, and then you can see how you can help me because I keep reporting this for years to get nowhere. I reported it this morning at 6:11. I reported it just a few minutes ago, and I just seem to keep reporting it over and over. And then the police would interrupt my reports coming out on a whim, beating at the door, putting me out of hotel stays. I bought a fax. Ma'am, you got to know what I'm going. This is Right Care. I'm trying to tell you what I'm experiencing. I don't know why so many parties cover for my experiences. So when I went to Tyler and I went to a hotel stay to just buy a fax. I bought a fax because a lot of chaos went on that people wouldn't believe. They showed up and interrupted a fax. How would the police know that I had just pulled out that fax to start faxing and reporting them and my abuser? It took these hotels a long time before they let me in. They would hold me up. And I knew it was something suspicious. So I tried to just randomly choose a hotel room because something suspicious was going on. So I in Texas, Tyler, the police came. They claimed they did a report because they came and interrupted me just trying to fax items fax papers to multiple people. I tried to mail out these records. Mail was intercepted. Then I tried to fax and police interrupted fax. How would they know I pulled out the fax?
So what you're saying is everywhere that you've gone for the last few years, the government has intervened on things that you're doing, and you can't get help because people keep intervening. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. Have you ever participated in a psychological evaluation?
Well, you have a YouTube channel. Well, just go ahead and put me on hold and check it out. Just put me on hold.
Ma'am, it's just a yes or no answer. I'm just trying to see.
Ma'am, because this is abusive. If your intent, like the CPS worker that called me and said, "You're going to lose your daughter, you get it?" yelling at the top of her lungs. People would not believe what I have been through and how people degraded me and violated me and used the government to do so. How police officers assaulted me, mistreated me, twisted my arm, begging for my life. How I went up to the FBI begging for my life. Please, please help me. We'll send you help. And someone took me out the building so I wouldn't be on camera, handcuffed me, and read the documents to see what I had showed the other FBI worker, what I had on them. Then I went to the Northern District Court to try to get a case there, bullied and violated there. So I had a comfort area of the West End because I was forced into abuse. I met a lot of people at the West End, and the McDonald's was right there because they violated me and kept me from catching the bus properly. So I hung out at the West End so I can have access to food. Then they started guarding it like Fort Knox. First, Homeland Security was there stalking me. Then all of a sudden, the police are everywhere at the West End, violating and mistreating me in schemes. People won't believe this, so I can't talk about it.
Ms. Clark, let me ask you this. Are you willing to go into the hospital for a psychological evaluation?
Ma'am, why don't you just look at the channel? You have the channel.
Okay, if you're not going to receive the help that we can offer, because that's what Right Care does. We respond to mental health crisis in the community.
Okay,
and if
so...
you're not willing to participate in the assessment, then we wouldn't...
What's your name? What's your name? Okay, so if a person is part of a domestic violence victim, they can't get help from the government, period, if it's extreme domestic violence?
Ma'am, I don't work in that department. I know the Right Care team does not address domestic violence. That would be a different department with the police.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So I have trauma from a domestic violence situation that involves the government.
Okay, so we can get you connected with a counselor to address your trauma, but there's nothing that we can do as far as what you're asking me to with the FBI, and I'm not quite sure what you want us to do.
Well, I think that, don't you have a responsibility to report corruption and abuse as being a social worker? Isn't that your job responsibility? Isn't that a crime if you don't?
As being a social worker, you do have certain rights and responsibilities. However, you do need to be aware that social workers work in different fields and different...
I want to hone on. And if you're a social worker and a multitude of social workers are fully aware that I'm getting violated by the government, I want to hone on your responsibility of reporting that. There's child abuse involved, and you can see it on my YouTube channel. A multitude of rights have been terminated out of corruption.
Okay, so Ms. Clark, I'm just going to be honest with you. It sounds like you need a psychological evaluation.
You can see it on my channel, ma'am.
If you're willing to...
I don't understand why so many parties cover for crimes, ma'am. You can see...
But if not, I'm going to have to terminate the call.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So you took up my... Because people just wouldn't really believe that someone can abuse power to this degree and have government officials call and torture someone. It hasn't happened in a while. So you have called your Right Care. And the only thing that you're willing to do is enforce corruption and not willing to provide a resolution for the corruption?
No, I'm not enforcing corruption. I'm offering you psychological evaluation.
Right. So what I was trying to get assistance for Right Care, that's not what it says that you offer on the page. Let me pull it up. So you're not aware of the services you offer. You're supposed to be providing resources for people that are going through trauma and victims. Why would you deprive me of the service?
But you have not received. You're not receptive to it.
That's a blatant lie. You offered me help with the hospital and mental health. I'm trying to get help with the domestic abuse situation.
And I offered you counseling for trauma.
Right, but I'm trying to get assistance with domestic violence. You haven't referred me to a shelter or any organizations to help.
The domestic violence is outside of my expertise. The most I can do is offer you a resource as far as a shelter that you can go to or some type of counseling.
Okay, so you didn't want to come in person. I don't have the rights for you to come in person. You called on the phone. So the Right Care team now makes phone calls and put it on speaker.
Okay, ma'am, you don't want to cooperate, so we have to terminate the call. Have a good day.
So their schemes, they don't want me to have any resources for domestic violence. And like I said in the past, they would torture me. So someone's really upset. They're kind of getting them back to the way they used to.